What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Unless this happens to be your very first time here, then come on in. It's so nice to meet you. My name is Abigail. I do musical reactions here on YouTube, all on the first take, completely blind, and I'm so happy to say that we are reacting to an expedited Buy Me a Coffee request. This one brought to you by Randy. Hi, Randy. Thank you very, very much for your support. I really, really appreciate you. You know I do. This song that he requested is, in fact, a new artist alert. Yay! New artist alert. We are being introduced to, for the first time on this channel, Sons of Legion is the band, and the song is Angels. They did the Angels, Sons of Legion, so sometimes I confuse them. Artist and then song, but they did song and then artist. I digress. Sons of Legion. The song is called Angels. Came out 5 months ago, 555,000 views. 5 months ago, 555,000 views. Lots of fives, 10K likes. It would have been crazy if it had 50K likes or 5K likes or something. Anyway, I'm excited. This is in fact a new artist alert on this channel. I never even heard of this band, Sons of Legion. Why? Why did my mind go to Sons of Anarchy like I've ever seen the show? I haven't. I digress. That was completely random. Anyway, typically how we do it on this channel is that we'll watch the video twice together, with the first watch containing stops and pauses, just so I can give you my thoughts and commentary in real time as it comes to me. However, if you stick around for the second watch, we will watch the entire video nonstop all the way through. That's when I'll take some notes, and then we'll talk about it after. Sons of Legion, Angels. All right, now depending on what happens on the upload, whether or not I'm detected with copyright flags, sorry, I'm trying not to cough, I may or may not have to fast forward through the second nonstop watch, but fear not if that happens. I mean, regardless if it happens or not, this is going up on Patreon, where you could go to check out the full reaction with no fast forwarding, no watermarks, no nothing. Should you happen to check out my Patreon, I do truly appreciate you. Thank you very, very much for even considering to check it out. But I digress, guys. Let's go ahead and just jump on in. Our introduction to Sons of Legion. This song is called Angels. Let's go ahead and bring it up and see what we're up to in this one.
1, 2, 3.
I like the guitar already.
He walks into the box that he calls a home. Half a cigarette is lying by the stove. He don't talk to God, so he listens to the news. It tells him he ain't safe and the world is ending soon. He says, why am I so ugly? And why are you? Why do all these lies seem so much closer than the truth? Have I lost the virtue of patience? Did I slip right through the cracks? And if I'm losing my way, how do I get back? My faith has been shaken. We're all out here waiting for someone to save us, but maybe we...
Give me just 1 second here. This is my introduction to Sons of Legion, right, Randy? I don't know why. I feel like I'm getting vibes that I've actually heard Sons of Legion before. He looks familiar to me, but I don't remember. My memory is poop. Let me know, please, as soon as you watch this. Let's go back a little bit. I think we're about to dive into the chorus. Let's go.
We're all out here waiting for someone to save us, but maybe we could be angels.
Beautiful reverb.
Maybe we could be angels. He waits at a traffic light.
Okay, wait.
There used to be a stop sign.
Wait.
There's a girl begging on the corner with hunger in her eyes.
This
She's
sounds
too
familiar.
young to drink, but too old to get high at home. Or so her mama thinks. Now she's out here alone. See a businessman walk by with a briefcase and a suit. He's yelling on the phone, 'cause he's getting some bad news. He says son ain't doing too well, that he OD'd in the park. But could he save him? Maybe we...
Un momento, por favor. Maybe I've heard this band once before in a live or something. Maybe. Yes, I think I'm right. There's just something very familiar about his voice. About the other person coming in with the harmony, and something else about just how simplistic this is. It's just two incredible voices telling a story with the accompaniment of one guitar. I love it. I love it. There's no room for error. Well, that's not true, because if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world, but you're really vulnerable. You're really exposed if you do mess up, because it's that stripped down. But I love it. Did I say error really funny just now? I couldn't decide if I wanted to say error or, you know what I'm getting at. Let's get back a little bit more to the chorus.
On the phone, 'cause he's getting some bad news.
Bad news about his son.
Doing too well, that he OD'd in the park.
OD'd in a park.
Could he save him? Maybe we could be angels. Maybe we could be angels.
This is a really sweet message.
Maybe we could be angels. Yeah, yeah. Oh, angels. We could be.
Oh my gosh, that was powerful. I should have spoke more about the lyrics instead of wondering if I've heard these guys before, but that message really got me at the end there. Woo! I would have been bawling, I think. Here's what we're gonna do, guys, because it went by a little fast for me and I was distracted, but I that was very powerful. I'm going to listen to it again, this time paying more attention to the lyrics. Because I admit I was confused, wondering if I've heard of these guys before, and I think I have. But now that I've established that, I got the second half of the song. I need to hear the first half again. I'm going to take some notes. We're going to write down some lyrics, and we're going to talk about it after, and hopefully we're not going to cry. I have been doing a lot of crying lately, but we will see if my emotions hold up. We will see. That was very powerful, but I'll talk about it after. So... oh, Patreon, you and I are going to do that. Let's have some fun. Watch this nonstop. No problem. YouTube, it's up in the air. Wait. Randy told me they're independent. We should be fine, but I won't know until I upload it. So I'm just going to assume. That we have to fast forward. I probably won't have to. But in case I do have to, I'll see you in 5 seconds. I don't think I will. We will see. I'll write down some notes. Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Got my handy dandy notebook.
He walks into the box that he calls a home. Half a cigarette is lying by the stove. He don't talk to God, so he listens to the news. It tells him he ain't safe and the world is ending soon.
That's the news for you.
Says, why am I so ugly? And why are you? And why do all these lies seem so much closer than the truth? Have I lost the virtue of patience? Did I slip right through the cracks?
Self-doubt.
If I'm losing my way, How do I get back? My faith has been shaken. We're all out here waiting for someone to save us, but maybe we could be angels. Maybe we could be angels.
So emotional.
He waits at a traffic light that used to be a stop sign. There's a girl begging on the corner
Oh,
with hunger in her eyes. Now she's too young to drink, but too old to get high at home, or so her mama thinks. Now she's out here alone. See a businessman walk by with a briefcase and a suit. He's yelling on the phone, 'cause he's getting some bad news.
oh, about his son in the
Says
park.
son ain't doing too well, that he OD'd in the park. But could he save him? Maybe we could be angels. Maybe we could be angels. Maybe
Repeat it. Let it sink.
we could be angels. Yeah, yeah. Oh, angels.
Oh, I'm gonna cry interpreting this. I don't know if I can hold it
We
back.
could be.
Okay. Ooh. What imagery that provided for me in my brain. My goodness. Okay, here we go. The first verse talks about a very weak or weary individual stuck in they called it a box, so a metaphorical box, his house. He's isolated, he's numb, which I thought was pretty visually emphasized by leaving the cigarette on the stove. What was it? He walks into a box that he calls home. Half a cigarette is lying by the stove. So that's just that character. To talk about him a little bit more, he don't talk to God, but he does listen to the news, and the news is saying the world's gonna end. So real quick, just before I lose my train of thought, he sounds like he's got a loss of spiritual connection. He's tuned out of faith, and instead he's feeding on this fear-driven rhetoric of the media. The media's job is to amp everybody up. So he's turning to that. Then something about have I lost the virtue of patience? Did I slip through the cracks? So now some self-doubt is piling on top of that. He's almost self-reflecting in this time of crisis, right? Based on the media. Questioning his moral grounding. He fears that he's been overlooked or even maybe abandoned by society. So there's just a lot going on with that character. Then we dive into the chorus, which is so sweet. Chorus itself. Maybe we could be angels. But before that, he says, my faith has been shrinking. We're all out here waiting for someone to save us, but maybe we could all be angels. So I think this is where the emotional core of the song lies. I think here, it shows that even with your faith depleted, it can be restored through love and humanity. We don't necessarily need otherworldly saviors if we could be there for each other to uplift each other in our times of need. And then verse 3, I wrote down a line or two. I wrote, he waits at a traffic light that used to be a stop sign. There's a girl begging on the corner with hunger in her eyes. If I recall, she sounded young, but not old enough to be getting high in her home. How do I interpret that? It's just another person in crisis. That needs an angel. There's a little bit more I want to say about that, but I don't want to get too into it. She's just another character in the song that needs help, and she sounds young and begging, and she's having a tough time. Fast forward a little bit to another character is the businessman who's walking with a briefcase, and he's in a suit, yelling on the phone. That's right, yelling on the phone because he's getting some bad news. It turns out that his son's not doing too well. He OD'd in a park. Another person that could just use some angels. I mean, the both of them, really. It's crazy. With that visualization, I almost see like the contrast of like the surface level success of this businessman with like the devastating personal loss of his son, but it's all like under a facade. It's like maybe he's dealing with the consequence of ignoring emotional and family struggles, and now he's really having to deal with it, and he needs an angel. And then we go into the chorus, and this is where I think I got emotional. I mean, I'm pretty emotional all around, but the way that it's sang this time, they repeat the chorus twice, and it's a powerful chorus, and I think that they repeat it twice like that to really, the chorus, to really, not set in stone, but like to really solidify the song's message, which to me was, in order to survive and heal, we must become each other's angels. And I don't know if you guys have that angel, but I have mine. And I don't know what I would do without my angel. In fact, until I met my angel, I don't know how the hell I ever dealt with most things. I tend to bottle it up, throw it away, pretend it never happened, and that's how I deal with it. And the thing is, I've been doing that for so long that I actually do forget, and I actually do get over it, and I actually do get better, but that's not healthy. Sometimes it's good to have an angel to be there for you, to uplift you, to be your sham wow that just sucks up all your stress. And everybody knows that sometimes we have a good amount of stress that needs sucking up, and we just need to let it out and let somebody else help hold that stress. So that's why I get emotional, because it's hard, especially lately. Things have been quite difficult for me health-wise. So it's been one hell of a journey and ride for me this last year. Let's put it that way. But thankfully, I do have that emotional support that I didn't always have, because sometimes putting that all on one person is too much. So I need to share share the stress with my angels. So I'm gonna digress here. I think you guys get it. This song was incredibly powerful and emotional for me. I hope that if you are struggling with anything, that you do have the opportunity to heal by the help of another angel near you. Yes, I did it without breaking down. Yeah, I'm so happy. But that is how I interpreted it. Guys, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking. I truly, truly appreciate having a conversation about it in comments. Let me know. Or join Discord. We can talk about it. That's where I'll be. Regardless, guys, I digress. Thank you so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this reaction, like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to check out the Patreon link as well as the Discord link in the description below. And I will see you next time. Bye.